Hi, my name is Jim Gitney. I'm the CEO and founder of Group 50 Consulting and also the author of Strategy Realized, the Business Hierarchy of Needs. There are some eye-popping statistics that all senior leaders, if they aren't aware of, should be. And that's that 80% of strategies don't realize their intended value. And 60% of CEOs say they are unhappy with the process they use to develop and implement strategy. Another interesting statistic is that 50% of mergers and acquisitions don't realize their intended value creation. Why is that? Is it because they have bad strategic plans? Not usually. It's usually because they have failed to properly plan the changes inside their business required to successfully implement their strategies. Over the 45 years of my career, 25 which were with corporate America, GE, Black & Decker, Sunbeam, Rainbird, in which I served multiple roles ranging from the stockroom to the boardroom, and the last 20 years in which I've done consulting work with over 200 companies, I have found a common thread for these statistics. That thread is that it isn't a lack of strategy or even a poor strategy. It's more often than not a lack of alignment and accountability to those strategies across the organization. Since 2013, we at Group 50 Consulting have been using something we call the business hierarchy of needs as our framework for helping senior leadership teams develop and implement strategy. As a result, they've seen hundreds of millions of dollars in improved top line and bottom line performance. Now, I've spent a lot of time explaining the business hierarchy of needs to various senior leadership teams and, as I said before, using it extensively. So I decided to write this book. Strategy Realized, the Business Hierarchy of Needs is about the development, implementation of strategy and pointing everything you do to one most important goal. We find that during our strategic implementation processes that we start with the most important goal and communicate it throughout the organization and let everyone know what it is and ask them to think about how they contribute to achieving that most important goal. We often find that there are some pretty significant improvements inside the organization as a result of that one step. Now, there are 29 elements to the business hierarchy of needs, and before you get all concerned about managing 29 things, the reality is that every business does all 29 of these things. The difference between successfully implementing strategy and not is whether the leadership team and middle-level leaders have done a good job of pointing everything they do toward the most important goal and its supporting strategies. Well, it sounds like a daunting task to manage all of those things. It's really not. One of the other reasons why strategies aren't implemented well is because senior leadership has a tendency to put the burden all on their shoulders. In the process we use in implementing the unique business hierarchy of needs for a company, we spread the load. We spread it across senior leaders, middle-level leaders, and implementers. And by doing this, we find that people are much more inclined to be aligned and accountable to strategy. The reality is, no matter where you are inside an organization, you want to be led. You want to know from what, to what, by when. Even when I was a CEO, I wanted to be led and looked to my board of directors to provide that leadership. The most important goal and our approach to strategic planning, called Where to Play and How to Win, provides a fundamental framework that can easily be communicated using these terms to people throughout the organization. I've been involved in over 200 Kaizen events during my career and have always been amazed at how much talent exists inside an organization and how willing people are to use that talent in achieving something they can be part of, something bigger than they are, making them feel like they are more important in the organization. Strategy Realized, the business hierarchy of needs, walks you through a process in which you can engage a significant chunk of your organization in achieving your most important goal. And if you don't believe me, let's talk about some numbers that the Gallup organization provided for my book. Highly engaged organizations can see significant improvements in profitability as much as 23%. Improvements in productivity as much as 14%, reduction in absenteeism and turnover, as well as a better than 60% increase in corporate citizenship. In today's post-pandemic environment, it's become a challenge for all of us to lead our organizations, especially with remote workforces. I wrote Strategy Realized, the business hierarchy of needs, to share with you the success story that Group 50 Consulting uses in helping companies realize their most important goal and at the same time create the value intended by their strategic plan. Now, people say to me, what and who is this book for? Well, it can be applied to any business and any business model. And it doesn't matter what the industry is. But more importantly, it can apply to middle-level leaders who are looking for ways to significantly improve the performance of their own individual organizations. It can be used by business for obvious reasons. And it can be used by young people inside of an organization who want to better understand how to navigate inside the complexities of an organization in today's business model. We find that applying the business hierarchy of needs to mergers and acquisitions and restructurings and business transformations also has very significant results. So I'm proud to share this learning with you. I'm proud to share the model with you and also offer you an opportunity to download significant resources that support the book at www.strategyrealized.com. I've enjoyed the journey of making this book and hope it provides some value to you, the reader. Thank you.